Good morning. It is 9:06. About 44 minutes before I'm due to be the fuck out of here and go deal with my paperwork. I need to remember to watch my language for YouTube. But first on the list, we have Remington Fail. They sent me up this beloved letter stating stuff that we all already know. That, dear Daniel, you have not met the requirements to begin classes at Remington College for such and such and such and such in your program of such and such and such and such. If you would like to know what programs those are, I suggest you check the blog, because all that's there, and I'm not going to state what it is that I am planning on doing due to some listeners and the fact that the walls are paper thin. So yeah. It's like they don't talk to each other at school or something, or they just like to annoy people or something when they send out a newspaper. The student advisor already knew my situation. I made sure to include her in on the entire ordeal that has been going on and I've been forced to deal with. The inability to get this parent to return my expired ID, to even consider letting me borrow my birth certificate and my social security card so I can just go get a new ID, etc., etc. Well, you guys already knew that. You already have figured out what kind of person she is, right? If you haven't, you're weird. But anywho, onward to the news. Have you seen that they're talking about the iPhone tracking people and Android phones tracking people and tracking your usage and where you've been and where you're going and all this other dumb shit? I mean, have you guys not seen movies like Eagle Eye? I mean, in theory, once you say okay to let them track your GPS and all this other stuff, then you're giving them free reign to do whatever. Programs like Foursquare, Hootsuite, Facebook check-in, etc., etc. Twitter with the whole location. Even YouTube. Would you like to send your location? Or etc., etc. You think they aren't going to compile all that and say this is where this user's been, blah, 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 blah? I mean, it's common sense. But the people like me who have a jailbroken phone, once you remove all the software and you go to your custom ROM or software, for me, I'm using CM7 because it makes my phone work and does things that it's supposed to do by default, but T-Mobile is kind of queer. We all know that from the last vlog video. So yeah, jailbreak those phones, root those phones, do it. And you ain't got to worry about, oh, are they tracking me? Are they using tracking apps in my phone? Because when you flash all that new ROM over, it deletes everything. If you don't delete everything, you potentially brick your phone any fucking way. So I mean, you have to flash all the old stuff off and all the new stuff on. It erases everything, etc., etc. I'm sure I told you guys about my internet being off. It's still off. Backstory, supposedly I didn't pay the $25-30 a month, and she's been deducting from the 100. Really? Still on the pettiness? It's $25. She claims it's $30. T-Mobile says via all the account information that they provide for the entire account, it's $25. So who do you want to believe? Do you want to believe her or do you want to believe T-Mobile? They're both lying fail bags, so I guess you have to pick your poison on that one. But yeah, about yesterday, as I was coming home from my beloved pub experience, I looked to the window and I noticed someone smiling at me. Why the hell is she smiling at me? We ain't cool. We ain't friends. I mean, you can act like you didn't hear the voicemail. You can try and play it down as though it's not real when we all know it's authentic. I'm not going to try and lie or fake this man's opinion of her. I mean, because everybody that's on Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc., and they can see the things that I say, the videos that I post, etc., etc., everybody's come to the same conclusion. What an awful person to have as a parent. It's not my fault, but whatever. Onward to the whole good news sort of thing. Tracin says that as long as you aren't defunct on any loans, default, defunct, whatever, pretty much as long as you don't owe anything or as long as you haven't screwed up, you can pretty much get enrolled or sign up without having to provide any form of ID, which is a huge plus in the fight to get out of here and leave and never come back. Oh yeah, and the federal forms clearly state that as long as you haven't been convicted of a drug possession charge while receiving Title IV, you can pretty much sign up for it and get it. And this is dedicated to you, my friend Dizzy. You can actually get that. You can get like 20 million hard drives yourself. Just by saying, okay, I want to take one random class online while I sit in my house and take care of my kids. It's a huge thought, and it gives you a hell of a lot of money because Tri-C classes are incredibly cheap compared to Remington. Remington's cost is $20K left over that I think you have to pay for. And Tri-C is like $5K left over that I think you have to pay for. I'm not sure if I read it right, but I just remember the numbers. But about the weather, we're supposed to get up to 70. This week is supposed to be pretty nice. It's supposed to get up to 70 today. It's supposed to drop down like 60 tomorrow, then 70, 70, 70, etc., etc. So I guess it's great weather for Easter and to get the hell out of the house. And my reply to the people who keep sending me messages on PSN requesting playthroughs, walkthroughs, co-op help, etc., etc. I have no internet. Let me make this clear. I has no internet. Unless I've got like a magical internet genie who's just gonna come sit in my room and plug my Ethernet cord in his arm and then say, okay, go ahead and help this person. Not gonna happen. I'll get around to recording the game videos as I see fit, but my paperwork and nonsense clearly come before any video game vendetta. I mean, I will play a game or two when I'm sitting around bored or I don't have internet or I don't feel like walking out in the super pour down rain like yesterday. Weather was awful. So I came home and decided I just wanted to actually get some footage. I didn't get around to recording it, but I actually got some footage. But another thing I wanted to address. Why are people so usury-ish? That's not a word I know, but yeah. It's like people will only remember that I exist as a person when they want something. Take her for a prime example. She wants some My Touch 4G. And it's been, oh, you promised me. I don't promise a damn thing. Because what I do is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that there's going to be a phone on there that's the color that you want, etc., etc. There's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to get it. So I don't make promises to people, especially her. I don't make promises I can't keep in general. Only time I promise something is when I know for damn sure I can do it, or I can make it happen. I mean, sure, I probably could make a phone happen, but why would I? When my phone constantly goes on and off, my internet goes on and off or gets throttled, she has the authority to just call T-Mobile and override it by saying, hey, you charged me $35 to reactivate the damn line. Clearly, you can take this off my account and allow my phone to work normal. And yes, they can. But you have to have people skills to do that. You have to talk to people like they aren't your peons or minions. But it was brought to my attention last night that someone wanted my help with something. They wanted me to help them figure out people or answer questions about people because they can't figure it out on their own for themselves, etc., etc. And I'm like, why? Why would I do this when you only speak to me when you want something? When you don't want anything, it's like I don't exist. I'm not invited over. Talk to me, send me texts, etc., etc. So I'm like, why would I bother? And finally, on my list of questions, yo, brother, what is up with that SIM card, dog? All bullshit aside, it would be nice to have a SIM card that I don't have to worry about being shut off. If it includes or encases some sort of internet. I mean, all I need to know is the specific small parts, and there extras, no overages, none of the nonsense, because I can typically just let my phone be and just do whatever I need to do. I've been plotting the return of my house internet, but I don't know if that's so wise, especially when the only thing I want to do is move and be away from all of this. And it's not like she's being of any help. It's not like she's a civil or sane person. It's not like she can actually talk or function like a normal person. It's just, I'm happy one minute, mad the next minute, randomly angry, mad for no reason, etc., etc., etc. All the dumb shit I'm trying to get myself away from. Alright. So yeah, that's about it for my list of things to talk about today. If you guys would like to suggest anything, post comments, etc., etc., feel free to do so. If you would like to see content on something, if you would like to see gameplay, walkthroughs, videos, etc., etc., of something specific, go ahead and leave me some feedback. Alright, thank you. You have a good day.